Alright guys, this is our sentence fixer for the day. As always, I'm going to read it without any corrections first, and then we will go over the corrections together. I think it'll be a lot easier for you to do those corrections with the new video type so you can see the picture as we go. The man and his son went for hikes in the woods. I hope we see a bear, said the boy. They went hiking in the Denali National Park in Alaska. They had to bring jackets, water, and food. Camera, the man, wanted to take pictures of wild flowers on the hike. They hoped the weather wouldn't be too cold. So we have quite a few corrections we need to make. So I'm going to get a red pen on here. And the first thing we need to correct is the should always start our sentence with a capital letter. So that the needs to be a capital T. The man and his son went for a hikes. We do not need this S, so we are going to cross it out. We don't need it. The man and his son went for a hike in the woods. And then we need punctuation. So we are going to add a period there. I hopes we see a bear, said the boy. So even if it doesn't start your sentence, it always has to be capitalized if it's alone, but it is starting our sentence today too, so we want to make sure that it's capitalized. I hopes. It should just be I hope. So I hope we see a bear, said the boy. So let's go ahead and add punctuation at the end of our sentence. And that's going to be another period. Now this has quotation marks in it because the boy is saying this directly. So we need to put quotation marks before I and after bear. And then we need a nice little comma. So I hope we see a bear, said the boy. We need to start our next sentence with a capital T. They went hiking in the Denali National Park in Alaska. So let's go ahead and add our punctuation so we know that's where our thought ends, and it is going to be a period. Now, Denali National Park is a specific place, and that makes it a proper noun. So that means we need to make them capital letters, and that is a D. I'm so sorry, it doesn't really look like a D. And then national needs a capital N. Park would be a capital P. As always, make sure you get all three. You can't just do Denali or just national, and you can't leave out park. And Alaska is a specific state, so it is going to have a capital A. Our next sentence, we need to start with a capital letter, so that T is becoming a capital T. They had to bring A jackets. So if they had to bring a jacket, we need to eliminate that S at the end. Water and food. Camera, the man, wanted to take pictures of wildflowers on the hike. So they're bringing multiple things. And when we list multiple things in a series like that, we need to add commas. So they wanted to bring a jacket, comma, water, comma, and should not be a capital A. So we're going to make that a little a. Food and food. So then we need to put punctuation here. And it is not an exciting sentence. It is also not asking a question. So it is just going to be a period. So they had to bring a jacket, comma, water, comma, and food. Camera, the man, wanted to take pictures of wildflowers. So it sounds kind of funny. It makes it sound like the man is named Camera, and that's not his name. So the needs to go before camera. So it should say the cameraman wanted to take pictures of wildflowers. And then that makes that the should start with a capital THE. Let's see if I can insert that in there. I am definitely still learning how to use the computer to tape, but I'm going to try. The with a capital T. You can kind of see it. So the cameraman wanted to take pictures of wildflowers on the hike. So let's go ahead and add our punctuation after hike. And again, this is not asking a question. It's not exciting, so it just gets a period. And we'll circle that. Now, so the flowers that they put here, this is the kind of flower that you bake with. So I'm not sure that's the kind of wildflower that he was looking for. I believe he was probably looking for the flower that is a plant. And that flower is spelled Flower. Now let's make sure if it needs to be plural. Plural. The cameraman wanted to take pictures of wildflowers. Yes, so then an S at the end. On the hike. And then we already have our period here. They needs to be a capital T. It is starting a new sentence. And instead of hopes, it needs to be they hoped. So that S becomes a D. The weather wouldn't be too cold. So we're going to end with a period here. So let's go ahead and add that punctuation. We have let's see, 2 more corrections in this last sentence. Wouldn't, they added an extra N. So we need to cross out that N because wouldn't should only be WOULDN''T. Be too cold. So this too is like when you're going somewhere, and cold is not a place. So when you're saying there's too much of something, like it's way too cold, it has 2 O's. So TOO, cold. So after you cross out and correct all these errors, you're going to write it correctly on the lines below as you have been the last 5 days. If you have any questions, please message me. I'd love to help you more, and I want to make sure you understand everything that we're going over. I love and miss you guys. Please let me know if you need anything.